Welcome to the Addicted to Investors channel. You're back again with your host, Fast Life. First and foremost, thank you to everybody that's been tuning into my previous videos. The love and support is 100% appreciated, all right? It did not go unnoticed and it never will, all right? Here we are with today's topic, how I made $4,000 in passive income this month. Well, last month, which is January, starting the first month of 2025 off strong. So if you want to learn how to achieve this type of success for yourself, you need to watch this video from start to finish because you don't want to miss no details. You miss a detail, then that's why it wouldn't happen for you, you know? You can't skip steps. But like, comment, and subscribe, show love, share the videos, pass it on. Now, let's get into this steps on how it can work for you. Okay, for the viewers out there that don't know what passive income is, passive income is a form of income that you're making money with doing close to little to no effort, you know? Unless you want to be working for the rest of your life, clocking in and clocking out, which is considered earned income because you're working for that money. If you want that lifestyle until you're old, you can have it. You can just skip this video. But for my people that want to make money in your sleep, this is the video for you, and this is passive income for the people that don't know what that is. All right, how I was able to achieve over $4,000 in passive income was through my rental property. I already made a video showing you how to obtain your rental property. If you haven't seen it, you could go check my previous videos, or I'm gonna leave the link for it in the description below or somewhere around here if I don't forget. So you could go check out the steps on how to achieve to get your rental property, and then you can come back to this video. But for my people that already know, that already been locking in, all right, let's jump right into this. Another thing, just because somebody has a rental property doesn't mean that their property is cash flowing this amount of money. Because there's tons of people out there that own properties, get it rented out, and after paying mortgage, property taxes, insurance, what they left with ain't a lot. They probably be left with about $300 to $600, which is, it's still good because you know it's money that you didn't work for, and you always gonna feel good knowing that you didn't have to do anything and some money came in, or you did little work for it, you know? So that's 100% a good feeling. But for me, that's a little bit too low due to the fact it's like walking on thin ice, because if something at your property break, that money gotta go to renovating it. And $300 to $600 while being a property owner can't cover a lot, you know, unless if it's something crazy, then you gotta now spend your new profit that you made, and on top of that, spend extra money that you made from your job, because the fix the situation costs more than $300 to $600. So now your asset just quickly turned into a liability in the next couple months after you fix whatever you did. In the next couple months of generating that $300 to $600, you're basically trying to replenish the money you already had spent. So you're just gonna have your fingers crossed, hoping that nothing breaks, so you could constantly get back to the asset side of that profit. As for properties, there are many different properties out there. You got multi-units, duplexes, single family homes. There's all types of properties. So when you out there about to buy your first rental property or property period, pick what works for you. You know, everything works different for different people. So for me, I got a single family home. That's what I ended up going with. And I went with that role due to the fact that I was looking to have an in-house rental property instead of a public rental property. What I mean by in-house was I'm trying to have only family members move into the unit with me instead of us was being out here paying rent, paying somebody else's mortgage down, or if they didn't have a mortgage, paying and supplying their lifestyle to live amazing. We could just all stack up in the house and just pay less, get a better experience, and yeah, it's cheaper and it's better for that way. You know, my mortgage get paid off, the family's paying less rent once the mortgage is paid off, and now we living like scot-free basically after just paying only property taxes and homeowner insurance. That's lit. The $4,000 that I made in passive income was 100% accidental success. I had no idea that I would be able to achieve that. So let me explain to you how that even became possible. So like I said, I wanted to do a family rental. So my mortgage when I first got my property was $1,725. I moved in my girl and my father. So my father was paying about $1,000. My girl was paying about $700. So all I had to do was add $25, and then the mortgage is paid. Everybody probably think, yo, you know, that's you getting away. You know what I mean? You paying the least amount. Well, that's going to making my money work harder for me. But at the same time, there was other things that I also needed to cover as far as light, gas, Wi-Fi, subscriptions, and things of that nature. So I wasn't doing all that well, even though I was getting that much money from them. Now, an issue came between me and my father. Wasn't that serious, but to him it was. And he's an electrician. He was making very good money, and he just decided that he was gonna stop paying rent. It wasn't nothing wrong with him. He just was in his feelings. So I evicted him. Yes, I did. I evicted my own father. So understand that when you're doing a rental property, you need to evict anyone that's not going to pay for something that you worked hard to achieve. So he had to go. It was nothing wrong with him. So you decide that you wasn't gonna pay, you gotta go. So understand, evict anyone off your property. No one's safe. Don't let nobody bully you for something that you went out there and fought to earn, right? So with my father gone, that means the $1,000 is gone also. And it also made me think, like, if my girl wasn't in the picture, then that's $1,700 I would have to make up. So instead of me waiting until I got to a moment like that, I started to come up with solutions. So I say, what are my options if that happened? If I didn't have them both? Well, I already lost my father, so it's only two options. It's either I sell the property and downsize, or I do room rentals to the public. Because as I stated to you already, I have a single family property, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath property. So I did the math. I started writing out the numbers to see how much I would put a price on for each room. I spoke to a couple of friends, and this is another thing. I spoke to another landlord at the time, and he had a multi-unit, like a 2-unit. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, you know, I think this will work. You know what I mean? I do a room rental, blah, blah, blah. And to me, I'm just saying, I just needed to work for a couple of months. Like, it doesn't need to be that long. I just needed to work for a couple of months. This way I'll be able to save up enough money just to do what I had planned. So, which was another story. And he spoke fair into it. He was like, oh no, it would never work. Personalities would clash and all of this extra stuff. It was negative stuff. So, and like I said, he had a 2-unit, and he was half owner of it. It was him and another individual that owned the property, and their profit after paying the mortgage was about $1,200. So they'll split it, and he'll get 6, and then that other person will get 6. So this goes back to what I was just saying. Sometimes people cash flow don't be that high, but the math that was broken down for me that I was trying to explain, if it cash flowed like that for me on my property, I would be making more than that. So he spoke fair into it. So long story short, I ignored him. I put an ad out, and I ain't gonna lie to you, the first 2 days I didn't hear nothing. Nobody contacted me, nothing. I was just sitting there like thinking like, dang, I might have to just sell this property and just go ahead and go about my business. But that third day, my phone started ringing, hotline blinging. I spoke to somebody. They like, yo, I seen the thing. They want to rent, blah, blah, blah. We met up the next day. He didn't have all of the money. He's like, he can move in a week from now. Is it possible for him to put down a deposit today for me to hold the room, and then he'll come back next week? I said, sure. Just understand that deposit is non-refundable. So if you decide to change your mind a week from now, I keep that money. So we signed up. I wrote the lease, signed it. He left. Me and my girl started partying. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Like, what? I sold that room for I think $800 at that time. I'm like, yo, all I gotta do is put $200 to make up for the missing money from my father, and I'm good. So we turning up, we celebrating, and then one thing that happened was I forgot to take down the ad. So while I'm partying and celebrating, I got called again. I got called from somebody else saying, hey, they need a room. And I'm like, how soon are you looking to move? They're looking to move tomorrow. And she was like, I like your room that you have up for $950. I think I had it up there for $850, but she mistaked it, the $850 for $9. But what I'm gonna say? I said, oh yeah, it's $950. Long story short, again, the next day she met up with me. We signed a lease. She left the full first month's rent and a deposit. So I was up already over $2,000 with less than 24 hours. So I'm just like, my mind is blown. So I gave her the room that was meant for the first tenant because, like I said, I had 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So I had 2 bedrooms that I didn't really care about. I just rented the one that was meant for the first tenant that I mentioned to her, and I emptied the room out the other room for the one that was coming a week later. And that room was a little bit bigger, so they didn't have no issue. So it worked out for me. So from that point, I also had a basement. I went down to the basement and I rented the rest of the rooms. So I was making bank. So I think I had one room going for $800, the other room going for $950, the other one going for $600, the other one going for $950. I was making money. I still am, but I'm not here to brag. But it was successful though, right? So, remember that landlord that I told you about that spoke so much fear into it? He eventually copied it. Copy me, try to do my same thing now. And I'm like, it's crazy, you know? And that's what the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's what he did. So if you see in this video, yeah, you're crazy, but he spoke fear into it and I became successful, still am successful consecutively ever since I started it. And with that success, I managed to take some of the money I made and renovate the basement and turn that into a 2-bedroom. So I now own 6 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, single family home. So I did that because I was gonna move out of the property. I said I will make more money if I move out of it. So that's what I did. I moved out of it and I rented everything, all rooms rented. And that is how this single family home has been generating me over $4,000 in passive income every single month. That is amazing. Remember, I told you that there's some people that only be left with crumbs after or renting out their entire rental property, whatever it is. Nah, mine's is cash flowing off one property. It takes people probably about 3 to 4 properties just to make what I make off my one property. So that was a big move. That was a big deal, a crazy checkmate situation. Like that's the best way to put it, you know? Now I'm also gonna post some screenshots to show to you that what I'm saying is 100% true, that I am actually bringing in this amount of money. I'm probably gonna post it to the side and you will just be able to see like how every single month consecutively I've been getting paid from my property. And like it's a beautiful thing. I'm just waking up and I see that notification and I'm just like, wow, like like is this real? Yes, it's 100% real. It's 100% possible that you can make this amount of money after you achieve getting up that money off of earned income to invest into real estate. That it will work for you, you know? So it's possible for you. Don't count yourself out. And yeah, like I always keep saying to you and preaching to you, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Fast Life. Take this video, share it. If you made it to the end, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be one of the greatest investors out there because you're investing into yourself. So investing into yourself is you versus you. And as long as you're applying these methods to you, you're being better than yourself, which is making you one of the greatest investors because you're only going against yourself. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next run.